Good evening once again. We are done with the stocking, so now we are actually wetting this greenhouse because basically before you feed them, you need to wet it. That. So you can see it's just looking like it's raining in there, but it's not raining. It's just the water is coming from the sprinklers. So right here, the snails don't know when it's rainy season and when it's dry season. Snails are cold-blooded animals and they are very friendly with wet conditions. So that is why during the rainy season, you see a lot of snails. The price of snail is cheaper, but during the dry season, it's very expensive because you cannot find snails in the wild. The reason is because during the dry season, the harmattan season, the snails will do what we call estivation. They cover their mouth with a very white material and they remain in that dormant state for about 4 to 5 months. So because of these activities, the snails will not perform well. But in here in the greenhouse, there's constant watering on daily basis, so it makes it look like a rainy season all year round. Now we want to feed them. Before you feed the snails, you have to wet the greenhouse for at least 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes, you wet it so that your feeders will get soaked. So by the time we sprinkle this feed, it will be absorbed on the on the feeders. If it was on concrete pen, we'll have to add little water to this and make it moist, like you've seen in most of our videos. But here, because it is a greenhouse, you don't need to wet it here. You just spray it on top the feeding platforms, and that is all you need to do. So the management is very easy. All you need to do is water the greenhouse at least 10 minutes in the evening, then you can spray your food, and that's all you need to do. So go and off the sprinklers. Don't worry, go and off the sprinklers, then we can give them food. So don't forget, you need to have your steps inside so that you don't step on the floor of the greenhouse. Now you can construct this step with blocks or with woods. We have chosen to go with woods. So when you construct it like this, you can easily walk on it so you don't trample on the snails because the inside is green. You can't see the floor. So if you're walking on the bare floor, you might be stamping on your snails. So there are times when the snails will even come on top this your footpath, but they are visible for you to see, so you don't crack them, especially the young, small snails. So now we are going to go inside when the sprinklers are completely off and feed them. So you see how the feed is being introduced into the greenhouse. So we have shown you how to stock the greenhouse. Now we want to show you how to feed the snails in the greenhouse. Of course, we've made a video on that before, but you may not be opportune to see that one. You might see this one and learn from it. All right, so we'll step inside now. So you can see the steps. They are made in a way that I can walk with some level of comfort. And we also have another part that is coming here. So you can see the sprinkler is still going down. We've upped it, but the water is going down gently. So this platform is already soaked. So by the time I pour this dry feed on it, it will absorb it and the feed will remain there. So the time you feed your snails is between 5 to 7 p.m. in the evening. Don't feed them in the morning. Don't feed them in the afternoon. They don't eat during the morning, they don't eat in the afternoon because they are nocturnal animals. They are more active in the night, not during the daytime. So we're going to place this feed. We're actually carrying out training for these clients. That's why we want to show this exercise this period. The time is some minutes to 5, but still we are not doing feeding. We are just doing the training for the clients. So what you need to do is you just sprinkle the feed. Sorry. So you sprinkle the feed like this. In the night when you come, you see the snails all on top here, feeding on this food. So this is how you spread the food. So trust me, tomorrow morning when you come here, you won't even believe you dropped food here because they will wraps everything and it will be just like the way you met it before you introduced the feed. So that's how to feed the snails. So in the night, the snails will come on top here and feed. During the daytime, they will go under those platforms and take shade. So it provides an additional shade for the snails. So this is how you feed your snails with concentrate feed. You can also introduce unripe pawpaw, sweet potato, watermelon, and other forms of fruits. Here, like cucumber, you split them open and place them on top. So it's not mandatory that you must always feed with this alone. If you have unripe pawpaw and other fruits, you can just split it and put it on top there. And in the night, the snails will come up to feed. So we have introduced 3,000 snails, 3,000 plus. We actually came with 3,260 snails as the client requested for 3,000. So we added additional 260. That's what we have here. But you would never know there are such number of snails here. But when you come in the night, you will see all the snails visible and everywhere. So this is just how to feed your snails and how to water your greenhouse. And until we come your way again, the name remains Mr. Amos Kester. Way, I'm the CEO, Kester Amos Consultancy Services Limited. So the number to reach us once again is +2348068525032. Thank you. God bless you and bye bye.